And then, ladies and gentlemen, hats and sun cream please, but if you look out to your right hand side now, you can see BBMF with the Lancaster and the Spitfire Mark 9. For your right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Air Force Battle of Britain Memorial Flight.
Thanks very much to Wing Commander Peter Thompson, then the Station Commander of Biggin Hill in Kent, who was primarily responsible for the formation of what we know now as the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. He flew Hurricane Spitfires from the temperature and humidity monitoring unit, and out of that grew what we see today. Ladies now treated very kindly. We don't push the limits on them anymore, of course, to preserve them for future generations to commemorate those brave young men. The Lancaster will give us one more flyby before the Spitfire will show its prowess.
Squadron Leader Duncan Mason, the officer commanding of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. To your front, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this particular aircraft was built in Castle Bromwich, was allocated to a newly formed 443 Hornet Squadron, flown by the Royal Canadian Air Force at Royal Air Force Digby in Lincolnshire, March 1944. Of 20-year-old Canadian flying officer Gord Ockenden, who flew 19 knots in this particular aircraft. The aircraft continued to be involved in fighter sweeps in and around northern France, attacking ground targets by the dive bombing and strafing in the lead-up to the D-Day invasion. This aircraft didn't come out of those operations unscathed. 60 operational sorties in 60 days prior to the D-Day landings. The aircraft suffered major damage on 3 occasions, including a wheels-up landing that was soon repaired, put back together again. And once also, Flying Officer Ockenden engaged 4 ME-109s in this aircraft, happily making it just out by the skin of his teeth.
Makes people DVDs.
Standards flight examiner, and then was very fortunate to become the officer commanding BBMF about 3 years ago. Moving last passes, the fighter command lost some 540 pilots in the Battle of Britain. And if you look further to your left, the Lancaster, representing the some 55,573 bomber crews lost in the bombing campaigns. Both aircraft, solo aircraft, representing those that made the ultimate sacrifice.
Beautiful, over the sea.
So as the Spitfire now gives way to the mighty bomber, the Avro Lancaster, quite the most famous and successful Royal Air Force heavy bomber of World War II. Truly a legend that lives on today. Its first flight from Woodford in Manchester on the 9th of January 1941. Delivered then, first of all, to number 44 Squadron, quickly followed by deliveries to number 97 Squadron. The performance of the Lancaster being simply quite outstanding. Could carry a maximum bomb load of 22,000 pounds. Its maximum level speed at 15,000 feet with a full load was 270 miles an hour. A total of 7,377 Lancasters were built between 1941 and 1946. In the hands today of Squadron Leader Tim Dunlop, Flight Lieutenant Seb Davey, Tony Beresford and Gav Ovenden in the rear end. They are all together not only involved in training today's multi-engine pilots, but of course also keeping the memory of those bomber crews alive. Enjoy and savour the sight and sound of this remarkable machine. Comes by for its last pass before being rejoined by the solo fighter. Let us pause for a moment and remember the incredible total of 125,000 aircrew who served in Bomber Command during the war. 73,000 of them became casualties, and as you've just heard, a remarkable 55,573 gave their lives. It is sad that we cannot be joined today by the Canadian Lancaster Vera, but as you know, the technical issues, it will be back in the air later in the year. But another 50,000 Canadian servicemen joined the battle for Europe. And now we pay that tribute as the Lancaster passes solo with the gear down before rejoining for a final fly pass with the Spitfire.
Very low.
So we know we will have veterans here today. We will have sons and daughters of veterans. And we now can pay tribute to the young men who came from the uttermost ends of the earth to fly in our defence, and to those who never saw their beloved homelands again. We salute you. To the fresh-faced boys and the hard-bitten heroes who flew again and again into the face of insurmountable odds until the job was done, we salute you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, show your appreciation as you see fit. But please wave, salute and applaud the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. On this marvellous machine. Dakota was without doubt one of the most successful aircraft designs in history. It's one of the world's most famous military transport aircraft and saw widespread use by the Allies during World War II and subsequently by air forces and civilian operators worldwide. What you see here today is the military version of the DC-3 airliner, which first flew in 1935 and was used extensively by America's airlines. But recognizing the huge potential this aircraft had as a military transport, the United States Army Air Command specified a few changes to make the aircraft suitable for military use. The operating of more powerful engines, the replacement of the old airline commenced in October 1941, and when production finally ended, a remarkable 10,692 aircraft, latterly after the war, earned a lot of money supporting Berlin during the airlift. Under the Lend-Lease program, large-scale deliveries of C-47s were made today of Matt Jenkinson and supported by Dan Eaton. Also, Loadmaster in the back, who would help deliver the parachutists, and you may recall or have seen on television the recent 70th anniversary of D-Day. Dino Hempelman would have been integral in that and will, of course, be involved in the 70th anniversary of Operation Market Garden, the operation to capture those vital bridges in Northern Europe. Turning now with the gear down, the Dakota eventually equipped an amazing 22 Royal Air Force squadrons and an additional 3 Royal Canadian Air Force squadrons under Royal Air Force operational control. The Dakotas served in every theatre of the war, most notably to evacuate an astonishing 65 passengers, refugees, walking wounded, and the crews of 2 other Dakotas which had been destroyed by Japanese air attacks in Burma. So she comes by for perhaps the final fly past. It may seem an unglamorous and unsung hero, but without doubt the C-46 victory of World War II.
The thing that Robert will tell you, the thing that really gets me is when it's on the BBC News, the Welsh fella, Hugh Edwards, you know who I mean? He says Coningsby, and it really, it's Coningsby, not Coningsby. And it's just one of them things that he's annoying, but it's great. It's like this guy saying Lancaster.
The aircraft, resplendent in its D-Day markings,